I just got back from Salem, which was awesome. I've always wanted to go, and now I got to feel my witchy vibes, and I do not ever want to drive through Massachusetts traffic again. I wasn't even driving. I wasn't even the driver. I was the passenger, and I was having palpitations. But anyways, the real video is I have not done a skincare video in a hot minute. I really haven't. So today I wanted to kind of go through my updated skincare routine. In fact, my first video was my skincare routine, which if I can figure out how, I will link down below. And that was last December. So we've almost hit that 1 year mark. So today I'm going to say I'm a lot. It's my thing. And I'm going to go through my skincare routine. Plus, and I want you to know, I don't have any face makeup on whatsoever. It is a cold, overcast, crappy day out. So I wanted something like bright. That's why I got, some fun. Who is this? This is the Jackie Aina palette with the yellow is from the Norvina Sunrise palette. And then I do have some highlight on, but I have no concealer on, no bronzer, foundation, concealer, eyeside concealer, but anyways. So let's just get into my skincare routine. We'll kind of go over everything. To start out, I have combination sensitive skin that is easily prone to dehydration. Now, I definitely have mentioned this multiple times before, but in case this is your first video watching with me, now you know. I also cannot use ingredients that contain Tocopherol, which is topical vitamin E. It causes really bad closed comedones for me, and in some cases, cystic acne through here. I cannot use Snail Mucin, and I cannot use Niacinamide. All three of those ingredients really break me out. And I'm just gonna get up in here so you can see. So this is my skin. My skin's actually been looking pretty damn good since I like kind of changed up my routine a little. I think that's it. I don't know. Got them permanent dark circles from not sleeping ever and genetics, but some fine lines. And by the way, I can't put a filter on this because I'm using my phone, and also I'm not skilled enough to use a filter. So this is just my skin. I do pick also, but right now my skin is looking good. Now, when I'm trying to find a new product to use, I do my due diligence. I really research. First off, I use the website Cost DNA. It helps analyze all of the ingredients so you can, see where it breaks you out. Any potential triggers. But I've also recently found the website, and it's not a new website. I didn't just make this discovery, is Skin Charisma. Now, it's the same thing. You can put the ingredients in, but you can also kind of customize it. If you make a profile, you can say, red flag me anything if I pull up an item and it's like, oh, hey girl, you can't use niacinamide, it breaks you out. It will red flag and be like, no, that's not going to be a product for you. It also is great because it'll break down and say what particular ingredients causes problems for the skin types. So if you have dry skin, you shouldn't use, certain alcohols. And if it'll pull up and say, hey, this has the alcohol in it, maybe we don't use that. So I use Cosine, Skin Charisma, and then just kind of like looking at reviews, and then if I can get a sample of the product, I will get a sample of the product. But that's how I eliminate things and figure out what is going to work for me. And I've also found that the best thing for me is limited ingredients with my products. If I pull up something like, let's say, Estee Lauder, they're known for having like 40 plus ingredients in one item. My face, it says no. It pretty much says no immediately. That shit touches me and it's like, just like, all right, confession time. I've been bad and I have not worn sunscreen actively in months because I lost it when we moved here. No, it's a poor excuse and it's only like $10 and I could buy more, but I spent so much time inside away from the sunlight that I just kind of was like, I didn't feel like buying it. But when I'm not being awful and I'm actually taking care of my skin, I use the Can Make Mermaid Gel sunscreen. It is a Japanese sunscreen. It is SPF 50 and it also doubles as a makeup priming base. It is great. I have gone through multiple tubes of it. I've just just been a little bad and just haven't bought any. Now, because I have sensitive skin that is prone to dehydration, I don't actually wash it in the morning. I splash it with water. I get kind of like the gunkies out of my eyeballs, and that's it in terms of washing it and cleansing it. So the first thing I do use, and this is a product that I did mention in my first video, it is a staple for me, is the Klairs Supple Preparation Hydrating Toner. It is a Korean brand toner. You can get it off their official website, but I normally get mine off Amazon. It is great. I don't know any better way to explain it. It's very liquidy, as you can see. Pat it right into the skin. That kind of sets everything for me. This is a hydrating toner, not a pH balancing one, but I need all the moisture I can get. And for me, for my skin type, the best thing to do is use thin hydrating layers instead of trying to gob on one thick product. That one will most likely break me out, but also won't actually hydrate where I need the hydration, and will just kind of sit on top where I'm already oily or make me oiler. And by the way, full disclaimer, I'm obviously not a dermatologist. I'm not a skincare expert. This is just my personal thoughts and opinions. What works for me might not work for you. This is just kind of a guide so you can see what works for my skin and maybe give you some ideas and stuff. After the toner, I go in with the Ordinary Hyaluronic Acid Serum with the vitamin B5. Now, in my first video, I had concerns that hyaluronic acid broke me out. I was wrong. It does not. It was just the product I was using at the time, and at this point I no longer could remember what I had even tried that contained hyaluronic acid, but this has been a game changer for me. It's been really good. It doesn't break me out. Now, plus it's $7. So when I was concerned, it was like, oh, I'm gonna have to return it. It's gonna be a whole thing. No, $7. So if I was out, I was, out like a meal from McDonald's. But this is great. It comes in a glass bottle, so not the best for traveling. I make it work, but it is what it is. And then what I find, because it is a very thick dropper, and I don't know how to explain it. The best way I have found is to get it right up to the face and then to do the drops rather than to try to pull it up in the vial and bring it to you. I mean, just keep this shit right near you. And in the morning, I use 2 drops on my cheeks because that is where the cheeks are the driest. And then any excess, I kind of pat in my T-zone. It is a bit sticky on initial application. It dries down, not like it dries on you, but I have not noticed any sticky feeling residue. But hyaluronic acid is really great for, bumping up your moisture levels. Now, in the warmer months, I continue to use the Benton Aloe Propolis Soothing Gel. It is basically aloe with some bee propolis, also very, thin, gel-like, dries down great. I only use this in warmer months. I have now found with the weather changing, this is not enough for me. I can use it, but it's still, I need a little more oomph. I need more. But this is also cheap. It's Korean. I get mine off Amazon. I want to say $10. I will, in the bottom, I'll link all the prices so you can just kind of gauge how much things are. My most expensive thing is my makeup remover, which I'll get into, but still a staple, still using this. Great product for me. What I have been using for a moisturizer is hemp seed oil. Now, originally in the first video, I had talked about using jojoba oil, which is actually a wax, not an oil, and I did find that it was breaking me out. And I have been on, I guess, a journey to find an oil that doesn't break me out. I have tried rosehip oil, breaks me out. Blueberry, pretty sure breaks me out. With this hemp seed, you my girl. Now, on the comedogenic rating, which is an acne rating of 0 to 5 on how likely an oil is to clog one's pores. Obviously, it varies based on your skin type, your ethnicity, your environment, but it's a general guide. Now, to give an idea, something like coconut oil is a 4. It might even be a 5. Very few people can actually lather it on their face and not, wake up with huge zits. Now, hemp seed oil is actually a 0 rating. So theoretically, it should cause no acne for you. It's also high in linoleic acid, which is great for people that have oily, acne prone skin. It's actually, your skin doesn't make enough of that particular type of acid. So this kind of helps balance everything out. And I've been having great results with it. Now, it is, and I got mine from the website Garden of Wisdom. I think this was like $15. It smells very earthy. It does not smell like weed, so you're not gonna walk into work and people go, girl. But this is what it looks like. A thick greenish yellow. Now, because it is an oil, it's a little oily, what a shock. During the daytime, I will use 2 drops on my finger and I'll kind of like rub it to warm it up and then just pat, pat, pat on the face. At nighttime, I used 3 drops. I've tried 3 in the daytime, way too much, but you barely need any and this lasts a long time. This one is unrefined, it's cold pressed, so it's a good quality one. And the benefits of hemp seed oil is not only is it good for acne prone skin to use as a moisturizer, but it can actually also help with recurring acne, and it's known to help fade things like varicose veins. My nighttime routine doesn't vary too much from the daytime one. Basically one or 2 extra products and that's it. But what I do use, and I use this every night in the shower, is the konjac sponge. Now I mentioned this in another video. It is made of the konjac root, which is found in South Asian countries. Now, this is kind of shriveled at the moment because I used it, last night. It is still a little puffy, but the way it works is you get it wet, you pat out the water, and then you buff your face. It's great. It's, kept dead skin off me. It's a very gentle exfoliation. Still don't use it around your eye area. That's a no-no. But it has been great for exfoliation. Got it off Amazon. They have different types. I have one that's infused with French red clay, which is supposed to be good for people with mature or sensitive skin. But this was a great investment. It's supposed to last like a few months. This is not like a lifetime product. And they even give you a little string to hang it up to keep it dry. Isn't that cute? Now, the only thing that's different from my nighttime routine and the daytime routine is that I incorporate mandelic acid. This is the Ordinary's 10% with hyaluronic acid. Now, mandelic acid is the most gentle of all the acids. It has the biggest molecules, so it takes the longest to penetrate into the skin, but it's better for people who are new to introducing acids, and it's also better for people with sensitive, reactive skin. I originally had the Soft Touch AHA. I thought it was okay. I liked it. I liked the effects it gave, but I did not like how sticky it was and how the applicator jammed constantly. And this was significantly cheaper. And this is mentioned a lot on like beauty subreddits. So I figured I'd give it a try. If you don't know, acids are good for brightening the skin, reducing wrinkles. Nothing crazy like using a retinoid, but it is kind of on par with that. Now I have one treatment that I use once or twice a week depending on how I'm feeling. It is the Wong Propolis Sparkling Amply. Now I mentioned this in my first video and I still love it. This is actually still the same bottle. It lasts forever, and I wasn't honestly using it too much in the summertime because my skin was doing great, but now that the weather's changed, back on that bullshit. Now Propolis is great because it is an anti-inflammatory component. It helps with soothing redness and fine lines. Nothing crazy, but it's just that little boost of moisturizer, and it is also in a dropper because everything I own is in a dropper. When I take my makeup off, I go in first with the Target brand Up&Up oil-free eye makeup remover. I have been using this stuff for years, like 10 plus. Like my mom bought it the one day when I was still in high school, and This is just what we use. Now, what I do is I will wash my hands really well, and then I will just stick my finger right in and rub. In fact, I find it does a lot better job than trying to go in with a cotton round. Plus, the cotton rounds are still going to drag on your eyes. Your fingers are also going to drag, but I don't find that it's as bad. And so, like, one finger dunk, one finger dunk. You got to shake it up really well before you do that. I'll let it sit, and then I will go in with one cotton round, soak it a bit, and then wipe it, and it gets off a majority of the makeup. It's great. It's dirt cheap. I've never had any kind of reactions. It has never burned my eyes. I really like this. If I've had face makeup on, nothing crazy, nothing like foundation, I will then go in with micellar water, the Bioderma brand one. This is the OG French version. I know that like Garnier, Simple, they've all come out with their own versions. I like this the best. I originally started with the Garnier one, and I felt that it left me a little tacky feeling, and I still needed to go in with water and splash my face, and you're not supposed to have to do that with a micellar water. This, I don't need to do that, and I also will use this as a first cleansing step if I do have a full face of makeup on. Plus, I can put it on the eye area, no problems. And this one is geared towards sensitive skin. They do have other ones, but this is the one that I stick with. If I do have a full face of makeup on, or if I just feel particularly nasty and grimy, like I've been out in the hot sun all day, doing who knows what, I will go in with the Tatcha Pure Camellia Cleansing Oil. This is the most expensive skincare thing that I own, but for me, it has been so worth it. I think this is my second bottle, and it's almost empty. I have a third one in my drawer, and just I like it because not only does it have, well, I hope most things have a cap of some sort, but you can actually lock it, so it's great for travel. You only need 1 to 2 pumps, and it breaks down everything else on my face. Plus, it doesn't foam, which I love the most. A lot of things will say it's a cleansing oil, but it will still have some kind of foaming agent, and my face hates foaming agents. This, no foam. It's just a straight up oil. You rub it in, you let it sit for a minute, and then when you hop in the shower, you get